Hey everyone, David Chen here. A lot of people who have desk jobs are adjusting to working from home in the era of COVID, and I'm one of those people. So in order to make working from home a little bit easier, I recently bought a standing desk. I looked over a few options, and the one that bombarded me the most with ads was Uplift, which has claimed that they are the #1 rated standing desk on the Wirecutter, which is a website that I generally trust. So I've received my standing desk in the mail. It came in about 3 pieces. There's like the table surface, and then I assume 2 boxes that have kind of the mechanisms that allow for standing, and also the keyboard tray. So I'm gonna unbox it. We're gonna see how long it takes to put together, and then I'm gonna use it and see how it feels. Okay, after 2 hours, the desk has finally been assembled. I've put together a lot of IKEA furniture in my time and lots of other furniture, and this is by far one of the most exhausting furniture assemblies I've ever had. It was unpleasant. I needed a drill at one point to put the keyboard tray on. I thought the keyboard tray stuff would be kind of taken care of, but you need to drill guide holes and then use drill for the wood screws, and it was just exhausting. There's like stuff scattered all over the ground behind me. Very unpleasant install, but on the plus side, the desk looks beautiful. As you can see, the wood finish is like really nice.
A little bit of dust on it.
A little bit of dust because we've been, yeah, but I think it looks great. I'm really excited, and let's do the inaugural lifting of the desk. Here we go. The reason we spent $1,000 on this. Let's give it a shot.
Huh. EO7?
That doesn't look good.
Looks like an error.
It looks like an error. Okay,
oh,
well.
No. Should we unplug it and
replug it back in? It's going badly right now. Well, it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes, but after numerous issues, at Joy of Napping managed to save the day because she figured out a couple things. Number one, you need to plug in both legs into the control panel in order for the device to work. So, pretty basic, but I missed it. And you have to make sure you plug in the cables in the correct way or else it won't work. But now, check it out.
How low can you go? This actually looks about like what it should, right?
Okay, now to put a keyboard tray on it and get this thing ready to go. Alright, I've been using the desk for the last couple days, and overall I have to say I really enjoy it. I think that being able to stand is a game changer. Not only does it feel a little bit more healthy because you're not sitting the entire time, but I'm not hunched over. I get to be in a much more naturalistic position when I'm typing. When I sat in my chair sometimes and was hunching over looking at things, it would often just be like 5 minutes before I start getting sore. I can stand for much longer, moving around, shuffling, and feel much more comfortable working at my station for a really long time. So on the whole, I'd say using the desk is a great experience. I'm going to take you through some of the options I purchased, talk about whether they're worth it or not, and then give you a conclusion on whether or not you should buy an Uplift desk. So I got the Uplift Standing Desk V2 with desktop style dark brown rubber wood solid wood, and I have to say the wood looks and feels really nice. It's like actual wood. It doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels actually quite premium. So for me, that additional $30 was well worth it. I also got a larger desktop size. I got a 72 by 30 desktop size, which is about the size of like a folding table, just to allow me to have extra space to put things on my desk. That was an additional $210, probably the biggest upgrade I got, but I thought it was worth it because it's a nice large desk. I have plenty of room to put things on it. It does make the desk really heavy and difficult to carry around if you want to move it though. In addition, I got the black frame and black legs, which I think just feels a little bit more premium to me than getting gray legs or something like that. And I also got the advanced digital memory keypad, which costs an additional $29. This allows you to memorize specific locations where you want the desk to go up and down. I think it's extremely worth it, so you don't need to like deal with exactly where to elevate and go down every single time. I don't change my height very much, so I think just being able to memorize the locations is well worth the $29. Finally, I got the big ultra thin keyboard tray, which is black with quick adjust mechanism. That cost $188. For me, a keyboard tray is a really important part of a desk because I can't get to an ergonomically good place with like my hands on top of the desk with the keyboard there. I just find it like strains my back and shoulder a lot. So just kind of being able to walk up to it, lift my arms up a little bit, and then kind of rest them on the keyboard, super important to me. And so it was worth getting the keyboard tray edition for $188. The total with shipping, which was $0 and 10.1% tax in the state of Washington, was $1,151.65. In my opinion, this is very fair given what you get. I think the wood is great, the legs seem to work just fine, and also it was great to have the keyboard tray here. My biggest complaint with the Uplift Desk is what I would describe as the out-of-box experience. I received 3 massive cardboard boxes. It wasn't clear which box I should open first, and then when I opened them, there were different instruction manuals, like one depending on if I got one type of desk, another one for another type of desk, and I didn't remember which type of desk I got because I ordered it weeks ago. And then finally I figured it out, and I had to lay everything out, and then like there's a bunch of pieces I didn't end up using because they basically send you like every permutation for every desk. And so it was overall a confusing experience, but also physically assembling the desk was really, really taxing on me, a person who is getting older every single day. Some of the pieces are very heavy and took a lot of work to assemble and put together, and it was just overall like I was really done by the time I had finished assembling it. I was drained emotionally and physically and not ready to enjoy the greatness of an Uplift desk at the end of that process. The biggest pain in the butt during the entire process was trying to put on the optional keyboard tray. That just took forever, and I needed to have a drill, which I didn't really understand at the beginning of the process, that you need a drill to put the keyboard tray in place. I consider the keyboard tray to be a crucial part of the desk. But yeah, I just kind of expected that I would have enough tools to be able to assemble it without needing a drill. And so that's just something to keep in mind. Depending on what you're ordering, you might need additional tools. The process wasn't all bad though. There are a couple cool things about the assembly experience. First of all, they do include like nice little extras. For instance, these little cable management tools. I like those, it just makes it easier to manage cables under the desk. There's a bunch of those included. They also label the screws in these little plastic pouches, like M1, H1, whatever, and you can like match it up to what's in the instruction manual, so it makes it really easy to understand which screws you need during which step of the process. But one of the downsides of the assembly process is like, this is all the stuff I have left from assembling it. There's like a bunch of screws and metal pieces and things that like, I don't know if I need them or not. And when I assemble things, I'm generally used to using everything up and there being like maybe a couple screws left over. But because they send you so much stuff, I have like tons of little things left over that I'm like, should I have used it? I don't know. It creates like some uncertainty for me, which I don't appreciate when I'm buying furniture. So overall, not a fan of the assembly experience, not a fan of the out-of-box experience, not a fan of the instructions, which I thought were pretty confusing. Way more confusing than, let's say, an average IKEA assembly, which I think is extremely well put together compared to the Uplift instructions, which is never something I thought I would ever say. All that said, if you can look past the assembly experience, or you're used to that kind of stuff, or you can get white glove treatment and get someone to assemble it for you, then the desk is really great and very affordable, and I love it. I really appreciate using it. It's going to be a lifesaver for me. So A+ on the desk itself, kind of a D+, C- on the assembly experience. But overall, I'm a fan of Uplift desks, and again, this is the V2 that I got. I know I typically use this channel to share reviews of movies and TV shows and things of that nature, but as we're all going through an unprecedented time right now, I thought it might be useful to share ways that I am adjusting with my own personal work and creator setup. So there'll probably be more reviews like this in the future, and of course, would be interested to hear if you have any requests or things you want me to review or things you think are great to use for your office at home. Feel free to hit me up in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please hit like or subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell icon. It's the only way to get notified whenever I make new videos. Until next time, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.